I think that's it. Yeah, that's the full-time whistle. It was more that was just running it into the corner. I'd say it was a brilliant performance, but it wasn't. It was a professional performance. Obviously, he made lots of changes, lots of youngsters coming into the side. It's great to see him finishing the game as well, and showed some really good signs. But like I say, it's good experience for some of them young lads. What I liked about Ange, he took a bit of a gamble today because this was a potential banana skin for him and the team. But to make that many changes and throw so many teenagers in there, he obviously has a lot of faith in his youngsters, and I can see why.
And they delivered for him tonight. 5 wins in a row now for Tottenham. It's 2 wins in 2 from their Europa League games this season. But it didn't seem like so long ago, the North London derby, and a lot of criticism for Postecoglou. But ever since, 5 wins on the bounce, it's going pretty well, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that just shows the character, really, doesn't it? I think, I watched them away at Coventry in the Cup, and that they were nowhere near what I thought I was going to expect from Spurs, and it was a relatively strong side again. I still think there's more to come. I really do. And do you know what? I like the way Ange is. I like that he's got that confidence. He's got that aura about him. He believes in his squad and players. And listen, they're getting results. You look at the performances, and I think he will still want more from them from a performance perspective. But they're scoring goals. Players are starting to really live up to it a little bit more. Brennan Johnson was great to see again. He's coming on and making another impact. Having had some criticism and stick on social media, which I think is disgusting. But you know what? That's the way to prove and quieten people and shut people up. And credit to him. But I still think there's more to come from this Spurs side. I really do. And I think Ange is doing a fantastic job.
Tottenham are in as among the favourites for this Europa League. Does that feel about right to you?
Yeah. And I think he's touched on he wants silverware, doesn't he? So I think this would be a competition that he'd be looking at and a good chance of going and bringing some silverware home. I think being in the Cups is a must if he is going to do so, because I don't think they'll win the Premier League for sure. So, yes, why wouldn't they be? They've got the squad that they can do that. He's utilising the squad, nurturing some of these youngsters in and giving them a taste of European football, which is absolutely brilliant. 17-year-olds playing today in a Spurs shirt. That's.
Did they look out of place at all?
No, not at all. Not at all. I thought the first 5-10 minutes or so it was cagey and understandable. It's one of them places that you sort of have to get your second wind. Some of the it's all right playing, sort of coming on as a substitute, but when you're starting and you want to be that player and you want to make an impact of putting a shirt on and starting in the starting 11, I thought it took some time for them to settle, and that'd be understandable. Archie Gray played out of position, but we know he's versatile. And in the end, when they got that goal, it just felt like it was comfortable. So it was really good to see young players and great to see that Ange had given him an opportunity to step up and play in the first team. And he turned to his first teamers at the end, but it's a great experience and it's a good win for him.
Let's talk a little bit more about Brennan Johnson, because as you referenced, he had a bit came off of social media as well, which seems to have worked wonders. So is that the secret, or what do you think he's got? What do you think he's gone through? Because you will have had periods, I'm sure, in your career where you will have faced criticism from outside sources. What's it take for you to turn that into something that eventually obviously becomes incredibly positive, because he has now scored in his last 5 games, which is quite remarkable?
Well, you know what, some people take criticism the wrong way, some people take abuse the wrong way and take it to heart. And it's hard not to. We're all human beings, aren't we? And whether you read and you want to go on social media and read things, good things, we all want to see good things. We don't want to read bad things. And particularly when they're aimed at yourself and they're offensive. So I know he's deactivated his account. That might be one of the reasons why. Sometimes you start to think outside the box. When your performances are not there, you're looking at, can I get a good reaction from people? What are people saying? Shut that away, close it away. I'll just get my boots on and play. And that's what's got him his move to Spurs. He was brilliant, and that's why people have talked about him, and that's why Ange has believed in him. And do you know what? I'm so glad. At times, it's not all about the performances. We see top players drift in and out of games. He's hitting the heights, which I knew he would eventually. He's a young man. He's going to a big football club, and the expectation levels are absolutely massive there. We're starting to see him flurry. And do you know what? I hope it is that he's deactivated that. That's just give him that. I'll show everyone that what I'm about. I am a top player.
Yeah. Match winner tonight with an absolutely worldy goal as well, wasn't it?
Brilliant.
So,
super to see.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from Johnson, and 2 wins from 2 now for Tottenham in the Europa League. 5 wins in a row. Lee Hendrie, as ever, thank you very much for your company.
Very much. Good to see you.